You can be doing everything right on the outside and still feel like something inside you hasn't moved on. Not in a dramatic way, just a quiet weight that shows up when the day finally slows down. Maybe it hits while you're brushing your teeth, or right before you fall asleep. A memory you didn't invite, a moment you wish you could redo, a habit you promised yourself you were done with. You've prayed about it. You've asked God for forgiveness. And yet, it still feels unfinished. Most people carry guilt like a small stone in their pocket, light enough to ignore during the day, but heavy enough to harm their sleep at night. It affects how confidently you pray, how easily you smile, and how safe you feel being fully seen. It lurks in the quiet, contaminating your thoughts, and keeping one thought on repeat. Am I actually forgiven? Or am I just hoping this fades with time? Here's where this gets interesting. What if guilt isn't only a spiritual struggle? What if it's also training your brain to stay stuck? In this video, we're going to look at what guilt and forgiveness actually do to your brain, and why letting go isn't just about faith, but about freedom on both a spiritual and biological level. Neuroscience is finally catching up to something Scripture has always known. Forgiveness doesn't just change your heart, it changes your brain. Every time you replay a mistake or hold on to resentment, your brain's threat system activates. The amygdala, the part of the brain designed to detect danger, fires as if something is wrong. Your heart rate rises, stress hormones release, and your muscles tighten. You can be laying down in the safety of your own bed, but neurologically, your body thinks you're under threat. Over time, that state becomes more and more familiar, until it's quietly woven into your daily life. But something shifts when real forgiveness happens, whether you're receiving it or giving it. Different parts of the brain start to come online, areas connected to empathy, connection, and calm. When this happens, stress hormones drop, the nervous system downshifts, and the mind lets go of the tension it's been carrying. Modern-day brain imaging technology allows us to see beneath the surface of emotions, and what it reveals is striking. These moments of forgiveness don't just change how people feel, they create whole new neural pathways. In other words, forgiveness is more than a vague idea, or a story you tell to feel good. It is a biological truth that literally improves your brain's ability to be at peace. Jesus understood this long before science had words for it. He said in Luke 7:47, "Therefore I tell you, her many sins have been forgiven, as her great love has shown. But whoever has been forgiven, little loves little." Notice the order. Forgiveness doesn't follow transformation. Transformation follows forgiveness. Jesus teaches us that no matter how hard you try, there is a level of love that you can't reach unless you forgive. And this mirrors exactly what neuroscience shows us, that release comes first, and only then does the mind and heart begin to reorganize around peace, connection, and love. Most of us live with a gap. We accept forgiveness in our heads while our hearts keep looping old scenes. We may even tell ourselves that guilt keeps us accountable, that remembering our failures keeps us grounded. But here's the truth both neuroscience and the gospel agree on. Unresolved guilt doesn't teach, it imprisons. Real forgiveness doesn't erase consequences, it releases you from reliving them. You can remember without reopening the wound, and you can move forward without dragging the past behind you. So what does this look like in real life? The next time guilt surfaces, don't push it away or argue with it. Just notice it. Notice the tight jaw, the heaviness in your chest, the endless loop in your thoughts. Then pause, breathe, and say honestly, "Lord, you see all of me. I receive your forgiveness, not as a feeling, but as truth." This small moment matters. It finally allows your brain a chance to stop rehearsing the past, and it finally allows your spirit a moment to align with the love and grace of God. Sometimes the work isn't about forgiving yourself. Maybe someone else hurt you, and the memory still lingers. Resentment activates the same stress systems as guilt. Every time you replay that memory in your head, it reinforces the pain. That's why Jesus taught us to pray, "Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors." This isn't pressure, this is freedom. Forgiveness doesn't excuse harm, but it prevents past experiences from harming you today. It allows your body to relax, your mind to clear, and your spirit to breathe again. If you've ever wondered why old feelings linger even after prayer, hear this clearly. You're not broken. You're human. Forgiveness is learned, practiced, and continuously returned to. It was never about what you deserve. It's about the love you've already been given. The God who designed your mind designed you for release, not endless regret. Jesus put it simply in John 8:36. If the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed. This freedom he spoke of isn't distant, it's available. And every time you choose forgiveness, you take a step towards it. So the next time guilt or resentment whispers, remember this: forgiveness is rewiring you from the inside out. Grace reaches deeper than your biology, deeper than your memories, and deeper than anything you've done or will do. And in that space, you can rest.